everybody, it's Dr. Benson. Today I want to talk about how to stay healthy during this holiday season. And we have a couple great events coming up for patients, also for friends, for family. If you're watching this video on our Facebook page, we have great events coming up to help you stay healthy during the holiday season. And here's a crazy stat. When we think about the holidays, for a lot of people, their holidays start October 31st. They start with Halloween. It starts with trick-or-treat candy and having that laying around the house. And then it extends all the way through January 2nd. So when you add that up, that is about 1/6 of your life. And then when you add in other things like vacations, other holidays, parties, the majority of Americans spend about 1/4 of their life kind of in this holiday mode, and they're eating in opposition to their normal diet. And they're really, during that fourth of their life, they're eating in such a way, eating and drinking in such a way that really is damaging the health and not building up the health of our bodies. And when we look at the holidays, it's kind of crazy when you look at some of these things, is that the impact of the holiday sugar overload. During the holidays, people gain about 500% more weight per week throughout that holiday period. And if that's 1/4 of your life, you can see where that really starts to add up. And this is an area that we do have to stay focused on, because I know as well as anybody that it's really easy to go way off track when it comes to eating too much sugar during the holidays. Cookies and cakes and pies at Thanksgiving and bread. And we really have to stay focused on staying healthier through this time of year. And the reason being is because sugar is a silent killer. It is something that it should be considered more of a toxin than a food group. And excess sugar consumption leads to weight gain. It leads to diabetes. It leads to heart disease. Sugar is the primary fuel for cancer cells in our body. It drives depression. It drives your energy to kind of tank. And then it really leads to cellular aging. It drives things like arthritis and aging of our skin, and also fatty liver disease. So the major problem here with sugar, and through the holidays, through really any time of the year, is that it is so darn addictive. And it does trigger the same addictive centers in the brain as what harsh drugs do, such as cocaine. And sugar actually triggers a supernatural release of dopamine in your brain. And that is the primary neurotransmitter involved in addiction. It's like the reward center in the brain. And the brain chemistry of those addicted to drugs and those addicted to sugar are virtually identical. So we really do have to kind of treat this like, making sure that we are not, going off the deep end. And because the problem with sugar is once you have a little bit, then your body craves more and more and more. And that's where we don't want to be heading during the holiday season. So with sugar, the big problem is that there are a lot of secret sugars. They're added into food. So even if you're not eating cookies and pie all the time, you're probably eating more sugar than what you realize. And this slide shows that there are over 56 aliases or other names for sugar. So we're doing an awesome event, and it's called Sugar, Stress, and Inflammation. And at this event, we're going to be diving into how to really become a food reading label ninja, how to look at and find all these hidden forms of sugar in the foods that you may be eating every day. And you look at some of these, you can see like fructose, anything that ends in OSE, that is definitely a sugar. But some of these, you may not even realize that these are being added to most of the foods that you're eating. So at the Sugar, Stress, and Inflammation Workshop, it's going to be Tuesday night, December 7th, and it's at 6:30. And you can register for this event in the office. You can sign up for it. You can go to our website and sign up for this event as well. But we just encourage that you guys try to come to this workshop, because I want our patients, I want people in our community just to stay focused on building health through the holidays and not digging yourself in a hole that you then have to try to get out of when it comes to, the beginning of January. So at this event, I'm going to be diving into not only sugar and how to reduce sugar intake and how to work on detoxing from sugar and better alternatives, but we'll be talking about stress too, how to create more peace and how to minimize the bad effects that stress throughout the holidays creates on our body. And then we'll be talking about how to knock out inflammation in our bodies too. That's a primary driver as to maybe why you don't feel good, why you may have certain disease processes building in your body. We'll be talking about how to clean up that inflammation as well. So, but one thing I'm super excited about at this workshop is we are going to be making healthy cookies for everybody to enjoy at this event. So myself and Emily and Stephanie and Melissa, our office team, we're going to be making a few different holiday recipes that are classic recipes. We're going to be cleaning them up and showing you how amazing you can make cookies taste with good ingredients. So one of the recipes that we're going to be featuring is the gingerbread cookies, and they taste just like the real thing, but they're made without white flour and without refined sugar. And my whole family, including my kids, they love these cookies. And so they're made, the primary ingredient, instead of white flour, we use almond flour. And almond flour is actually high in protein. It's high in, different types of vitamins and minerals. Rather than white flour, that's an anti-nutrient that will pull nutrients out of your body and deplete you. Almond flour actually has beneficial things in it. And then you use good spices like cinnamon and ginger. These things actually help to fight inflammation and lower your blood sugar. And then we use better sweeteners like maple syrup, molasses, or coconut sugar rather than refined white sugar in these cookies. So these are going to be one of the cookies that we'll have there that night for everybody to eat. And then another one of the cookies that we're featuring is a almond flour sugar cookie, complete with icing. So the icing is actually made with coconut oil, raw honey, and vanilla, and a few other ingredients. And then there are sprinkles that you can buy that do not have food dyes and food, harmful food colorings in there. They're healthier options. So we'll be talking about that as well. And then the cookie itself is made with almond flour too. So this is much better than most icing that you make for the holiday, ice cookies. I think it's typically you use powdered sugar, and that would be probably the most refined, worst form of sugar that you could have would be powdered sugar that you find in most icing. And then we'll have a few other featured recipes. One is going to be a healthy peanut butter fudge, chocolate fudge, that is made, same thing, without refined sugars, and just a really good kind of thing to have on hand to take to holiday parties, to have in your house, rather than most of the fudge that you buy at the store would be just loaded with tons of sugar. And then we're also going to have coffee at our event from Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. And so it's going to be fun. We're going to have the cookies there. Everybody can eat them. I'm going to be teaching the workshop on how to stay healthier through the holidays and how to read labels and how to clean up your nutrition. And then we'll also have all the recipes for these great holiday cleaned up cookies and desserts. We'll have the recipes for everybody that's at the event as well. So you want to make sure that you get signed up for that workshop on Tuesday, December 7th. And then get your kind of seat reserved. And we want to count for how many cookies that we have to make for this event. And then we have one other great event coming up in December. It is our annual Christmas toy drive. And I love this event because it's like a win-win. We really encourage that during this toy drive that friends and family, coworkers, neighbors, encouraging everybody we know to really get healthier and give them the gift of health during the holiday season. So during this Friends and Family Week for the Toy Drive, it's December 6th through the 9th. And with the donation of a new children's Christmas toy toy, they will receive a new patient chiropractic exam and x-rays for free. And that is a $110 value that they'll get for free when they bring in a toy for the Toy Drive. And we donate all the toys to the Hope Center in Marysville. So this is a great event if you have, if you yourself are struggling and want to feel better and want to really get to the cause of your problems and get your body healthier from the inside. We are doing the exam and the x-rays, your full checkup in the office in exchange for the child's toy. And this is also for all patients. If you want to help us with the Toy Drive, we encourage you to bring a toy in. We do have a list of toys that the Hope Center really is in need of. So stop and find out what those toys are. Bring a toy to the Toy Drive and just help us to bless others this holiday season and help to focus people on getting healthier. So I'm excited for the holidays. I know that everybody is. So I just want to encourage you guys to get plugged into these two events, the Sugar, Stress, and Inflammation Workshop, and then help us with the Toy Drive, invite friends, invite family members to come in and get checked that week with the Toy Drive event. Have a wonderful day and a great holiday season.